Hey everyone, welcome to Reality TV News Update, the place where we bring you the latest updates, fun moments, and behind-the-scenes stories you won't want to miss. Big Brother Season 27 third-place finisher Morgan Pope showed support for a fellow CBS competitor by donning a Decor Couture hat and posting photos to X. Decor Claudia, a professional crochet artist, competed on Big Brother Season 26, the season prior to Morgan. The yarnsmith frequently showed off her hats during her season, and now the love is spread to cast members from other seasons. Decor Couture's relevance on Big Brother 27. Decor's reality TV fame wasn't over when her season ended. On Big Brother Season 27, pre-juror Mickey Lee wore a crochet hat in the house, claiming it was one of Decor's designs. Mickey's hat was hot pink with daisies and appeared to use a much smaller yarn size than that of a typical Decor Couture hat. Rachel Riley was a fan of Mickey's accessory and asked where she got it, prompting Mickey to say, Decor Couture. Rachel confirmed, "Oh my God, actual Decor?" To which Mickey answered, "Yes," adding she, quote, "loves to support businesses." In fact, Mickey claims she wasn't even a fan of that particular accessory, saying, "I'm not even a hat girly, but I'm like, okay, let me try to find a way to wear this and shout her out." Big Brother 26 winner Chelsea Baham set the record straight soon after. She posted on X, "The voice memo I got from Decor saying, that ain't her hat." Mickey's hat may not be a Decor design, but it is available to purchase from Shein. The Big Brother cast member told Us Weekly she was unaware the hat was not a Decor original, as it had been gifted to her. She was told an untrue statement about the hat. Morgan's post is extra significant considering she and Mickey were, at one point, aligned in the Big Brother house. However, Morgan severed ties with Mickey when she formed the Judges Alliance and realized Mickey had been lying to her in the game. Morgan was one of Mickey's 6 votes to evict. Morgan Pope's life post Big Brother. Morgan has been busy since leaving the CBS reality show. She frequently Twitch streams and has continued her modeling career. Recently, she revealed a car commercial she acted in shows she's more than just a fierce Big Brother competitor. Although she and Vince Paniro had a close connection inside the Big Brother house, the two have had a rocky relationship outside the house. In a post-show interview, Morgan revealed she and Vince hadn't spoken since the finale. That being said, the two currently follow each other on Instagram, which means the door could be open for either a friendship or something more. The sun was just beginning to rise over the city when news began to spread across social media that a familiar face from Big Brother had made a powerful and unexpected move. It was the kind of story that fans loved to see because it wasn't about drama or betrayal or competition. It was about loyalty and growth and the bond that remains long after the cameras stop rolling. The star in question was Morgan, who had become a fan favorite during her season because of her honesty and her strength under pressure. She had entered the house as an underdog and left as a respected competitor. Since the finale, she had kept a steady following online, where she shared personal moments, reflections, and her journey into life after reality television. Few people expected that her next headline would involve her stepping up for one of her fellow alumni in a way that would change both their lives. Across the country, another former house guest named Tyler was quietly building something special. After leaving the show, Tyler struggled at first with the transition back into normal life. The sudden shift from constant attention to everyday silence was difficult. Eventually, Tyler found peace in a simple dream of opening a small coffee shop in the town where he grew up. It was not a flashy plan, and it was not built for fame. It was built for community, comfort, and second chances. The shop was called Second Sunrise, and it opened in a narrow street filled with old brick buildings and small family businesses. At first, the shop survived purely on local support. Tyler worked behind the counter every day from early morning until late night. The profits were small and the stress was heavy, but the dream stayed alive. Tyler often posted small updates online about the business and the challenges of staying afloat. One night, long after closing time, Tyler shared a post that was raw and honest. It spoke about exhaustion and uncertainty and hope all mixed together. He did not ask for help. He only admitted that the road was harder than he had imagined. That post reached Morgan in a quiet moment while she was scrolling alone in her apartment. She remembered Tyler clearly from the house. He had been quiet and thoughtful and often overlooked. He was never the loudest fights and never the biggest strategist, yet he had always shown kindness in small ways that mattered. Reading his words stirred something deep in her. Without announcing anything, she picked up her phone and called him for the first time in years. The call lasted hours. They spoke about life after the show, about expectations versus reality, and about the fear of failure that never fully goes away. Tyler confessed that the shop was close to shutting its doors. Bills were stacking up and foot traffic was slowing. Morgan listened without interruption, and by the end of the call, she had made a decision that would soon ripple across the entire fan community. The next morning, Morgan posted a single photo on her page. It showed her standing in front of a small brick building with a simple sign that read, "Second Sunrise." The caption was short and direct. "Today we support dreams built with heart." She tagged Tyler and the shop and added no other explanation. Within minutes, the post began to spread. Fans who still followed Morgan flooded the shop page with questions and encouragement. Orders began to come in for gift cards and merchandise that Tyler had never expected to sell outside his hometown. By the end of the first hour, the website crashed under the sudden attention. Morgan didn't stop there. She traveled to the town and spent the entire weekend at the shop. She served coffee, cleaned tables, talked to customers, and shared stories about the house. People lined up around the block just to catch a glimpse of her and to support the business that she had lifted into the spotlight. For Tyler, the experience was overwhelming. At one moment, he stood frozen behind the counter, watching strangers fill the space with laughter and movement. He had built this place with quiet hope, and now it was alive in a way he had never imagined. When the rush finally slowed, he stepped outside with Morgan, where they stood side by side in silence for a long time.
Tyler finally spoke, with his voice unsteady. "I never thought anyone would notice." Morgan looked at him and smiled. "We all notice. We just sometimes forget to say it out loud." The story quickly spread beyond the fan base. News outlets picked it up and framed it as an example of how reality television connections can turn into real-world support. Interviews followed, but Morgan refused to let the spotlight shift entirely onto her. She insisted that every question return to Tyler and his journey, and his business. She spoke openly about how fame is temporary and how the relationships formed under pressure can become anchors in the real world. She shared that she had seen many former house guests struggle quietly after the show, while the public assumed their lives were easy. She said that success should never be a solo victory. As the weeks passed, Second Sunrise transformed. The small staff grew stronger. The sales stabilized. New customers arrived every day, some from nearby towns and some from across the country. Messages filled the shop page with stories of how people were inspired to chase their own dreams after seeing what happened. Tyler used part of the increased income to host free community nights where local musicians performed and artists displayed their work. The shop became a gathering place, not just for coffee, but for connection and creativity. Morgan returned several times, always without announcement and always willing to work quietly in the background. One evening, after closing, Tyler placed a handwritten sign on the counter that read, "Built by many hands, sustained by many hearts." It became a quiet motto for what the space had become. Fans often asked Morgan in interviews why she had chosen to support Tyler so publicly when she could have donated privately. Her answer was always the same: because public support teaches others how to show up too. She explained that in the Big Brother house, every move is watched and judged and analyzed. Yet in the real world, the most meaningful choices are often the ones that never make it into headlines. This time, she wanted to prove that kindness could be just as powerful as conflict. Their story continued to resonate because it touched something deep in people who watched it unfold. It was not about celebrity using fame for attention. It was about one person remembering another when it mattered most. Months later, a small plaque was placed near the entrance of the shop. It did not mention television or fame. It only read, "To those who believe when belief is hardest." On the anniversary of the shop reopening after its surge, Tyler posted a photo that showed the early morning light pouring through the front window. The chairs were still upside down on the tables. The world was quiet. His caption was simple: "Still here because someone cared." Morgan shared the post and added only one sentence. "This is what winning really looks like." Their journey stood as a reminder that life after reality television is not always glamorous, and that the strongest alliances are often the ones formed far from the cameras. In the end, it was not a strategy that saved a dream. It was a choice. And in a world so often driven by competition and noise, that choice became something real and lasting and powerful.